guys, it's Mrs. Eckadal, and I just wanted to say hello and do a new lesson today. We're going to do some drawing. So, my daughter Sabrina's joining. Sadie's videotaping. You are here in my dining room. Yeah, so welcome. Okay, so today we just are using copy paper, just regular paper. We are using whatever pencil you can find. Doesn't really matter. Just kind of make sure it's sharp. And then, that looks pretty good. Let's start with the basic here. And Stacey might want to do it so they can see. We're going to start with a value chart. And I think most of you are familiar. And what this does, besides warm you up, it literally warms you up because you really should warm up for drawing, is it refreshes you on your values, dark, medium, and light. So we're making an elongated rectangle. And then let's turn them into squares. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So just light, loose, sketchy. Don't worry about it. You don't have to measure it. We're gonna go from light to dark. And for my lightest value, I'm gonna make it white. And what we're doing is we're making like a reference for what we're actually going to draw. So my lightest value will be white for my highlight. Now I'm going to start off in the corner here. There are many ways to do this. And I'm going to make what's called hatch marks. I'm hatching. You see that? I want this next box to be my second lightest value. Just lightly. Da, 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 da. Try to make your hatches all in the same direction. Sort of like a rhythm. I kind of count it in my head as I'm drawing, da, 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 like that. You don't have to fill it all the way in, but hopefully in my yellowing light you can see the difference between this and this. Now my next box will be a bit darker. Still using light little strokes. Really, really light. You don't want it to be too dark, so you still have 2 more to go. But I am just lightly brushing. And you see my hand is down on my paper. My hand is down, so I have some control here. Hopefully, again, you can see the difference. Hatching, just hatch marks. And doesn't have to be perfect, obviously. They're my dogs. They're vocal. Okay, so hopefully let's make that a little darker by adding just another layer in here. And it's not something you really want to rush through. You want to enjoy your process. Pencil work is so important, beautiful. Okay, so there's a subtle difference. Starting on our next one, small, 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 darker. Just make sure it's darker. I might do a bit of a jump here because I want to make sure. Getting all this in here. Again, you can kind of count it in your head. Da, 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 da. It's like a rhythm. Just hatch marks. You see me going? Hatching. Make it a little darker. I'm not, going straight up and down and, scraping. I am taking my time. I love pencil work. Love, love, love it. Okay, let's see. Let's check this out. See, I've not filled it all in perfectly. I'm enjoying that line work showing. Let's see, so it's a real subtle difference, isn't it? Now my last box, and you don't have to go as fast as I'm going. I'm really just wanting to give you the information, but I want you to really enjoy your work. Oh yeah, so see that? My pressure on my pencil is a little bit harder, but mostly I'm doing layers to get that, my darkest value. So I'm doing da, 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 and then going back, da, 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 da. And this is really good practice for knowing your values, your shading, your highlights, your midtones. I want to go small over here and meet it in the middle. Do you notice how all of my strokes, all of my hatches are in the same direction? You don't have to do a diagonal like I'm doing. You can go straight up and down. Some people like their hatches to go over their boxes. This is called a value chart. And this is like a key that you use for making a drawing. It's a really lovely thing. Let's see if we can see that difference. Hopefully, see how I'm just going over and over and over? Hopefully this looks a bit darker. Yeah, so my values. So check that out, value chart. It's a nice little reference. Sweeney, did you do yours? Let's see, looks really good. Okay, so your value chart can be, 85 million squares. I don't know. But you always need your light, your medium, and your dark. So, you know, unless you're doing a black and white, obviously you don't, but this is just a good tool to use. Okay, so using our value chart, as a guide or a reference or a key, like a map, I think what we should do just for a beginning type of thing would be this. Let's make an oval. Do you see how I just did that lightly and loosely? It's really light. And I have lots of lines in here. And this pencil is really kind of funky on one side, so I'm going to sharpen it just slightly. Sky, you doing yours? You good? Okay. So yeah, we're going to turn this into a basic face. So check this out. And I'm not afraid of all these pencil marks. I love them. I don't have an eraser because you guys know me. I'm not into it. Erasers. I might have to elongate that nose, but I'm okay with that. And then let's do that. These are my reference marks for a face. And see, now I'm not drawing real small with my wrist. I'm going a little bigger. I'm kind of using my arm. And at some point, I might even stand up because, check this out. I'll need to. Adjust my lines. So, actually I'm going to stand up right now because I need to look. Okay. Let's see. circles, basic little circles. Even for the tip of my nose, and a little bit of a line for my mouth. These eyes are quite far apart, aren't they? Okay with that. Because you know what? It's good. Look at just throwing some lines in here. Remember our hatch marks? This is called building. Right, so we're gonna start building. Now I can see that I actually need to do this. Not looking for perfection. We're just looking for building. Line work. Dark, medium, light, hatches, right? This pencil's really light. Let's start building this a little better. What we might do here is I'm going to show you how to slow down, go lightly in here. Now watch this shading dark by layering and then slowly building up and lifting. So layer, 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 and then slowly taking the pressure off. See if you can, also there's some darkness under this eye here. Hatches, remember? Hatches. Under eyes, there's always this little, at least under my eyes, I don't know. Let's build this a little better. This general shape. It's going to take a while before this starts to look, actually I'm not really happy with that nose, before it starts to look like something, but let me get this going in here just to see. This would be the line or under lip. Don't really want to go too dark on this lip line because I'll have to build on that. I'm doing this quickly, but I'm going to take my time and work on this. So look at these big hatches. To start with one at a time. These big hatches, I'm going to do a little cross hatching with. You can see that happening. Giving a little shading. You can make a lot of different values just with this hatching. Now, if you don't want that hard hatch edge, I actually love it. Look at this. You can kind of blend it out with these little tiny hatches. Lifting, lifting, lifting. I think we could really take our time and work small. Now I have my wrist down. I'm going to need to really clean up this eye. The way to do that is to soften your line his eyes don't typically have these really hard lines that you can see, right? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do, because I don't want this video to get too long. For my next video, which I'm gonna do here in a minute, I'm gonna do like a fast forward one, like one that goes really fast. I don't know what it's called. But I want to see you guys start this drawing. Any face. I mean, I'm not looking at a face. I don't really reference anything when I draw. Oh, look at this. Her chin is really going to need to come down, right? It's okay. We're going to fix that up. Okay. So I want you guys to use your value chart, make a face, and I really want you to get tight and small and get in here and start using all your values. I'm going to work on this afternoon. I love to draw, you guys know that. Okay, so after this video, look for my, what's it called, Sadie?
A part 2, like a...
No, like a fast forward one.
Oh, time lapse.
Time lapse video. I'm so old. Okay, see you guys soon. Bye.